Hello everyone. Today I wanted to show you the difference between Arctic ice and ice that is sitting on top of land. Now the Arctic ice is floating in water, and the ice sitting on Greenland in the same area is sitting on rock. So I've put 2 glasses completely full of water, which I've dyed blue. On one on the right, I put a large lump of ice on top of a perforated disc sitting in an empty dish. The left-hand one is the Arctic ice sitting in water, again filling the glass to the top after putting loads of ice in the glass. I think you can see that the Arctic ice is melting, but the water level is going down. You can see a little rim of glass at the top where it was actually sitting right on the top of the glass. On the right hand side, you can see that the ice which was sitting on Greenland on rock has overflowed the glass and is now the blue water is sitting in the dish. This is the difference between Arctic ice, which causes no sea level rise. In fact, it actually reduces the sea level, because ice, when it freezes, expands by about 10%. So when it melts, the water level goes down. Ice on rock flows off the rock into the sea and raises the sea level. For this experiment, I have filled a wine bottle full of blue water, drilled a cork and put a glass rod, which is called a capillary rod, like a thermometer, and the water, unfortunately, you can't see the blue water going up the capillary, but it's actually now starting to flow out of the top of the glass rod, because I've put the wine bottle in a pan of very hot water, and as the water warms, it will flow up the capillary tube and flow down onto the cork and into the pan. This is an example of how seawater expands when the temperature rises. This is another mechanism for causing sea level to rise with a warming planet. What I'll do is I'll leave this going for a few minutes and come back when the water in the wine bottle has expanded and perhaps coloured the water in the saucepan blue. We'll see. Okay. Hello again. Now, after about 10 minutes of warming the bottle of water, we can now see I've modified the experiment to put a cup around the capillary tube, and the warm water inside the wine bottle has now flowed up the capillary tube and is starting to fill the glass, and you can see the water has turned blue before I was able to put the cup on the capillary tube. So this shows how water expands as the temperature of the sea rises, causing sea level rise. Another aspect of the warming ocean that I haven't covered before is the way that carbon dioxide, which is rising in the atmosphere due to burning fossil fuels, this rise in carbon dioxide is being dissolved in seawater in a similar way to carbon dioxide gets into fizzy drinks by putting carbon dioxide under pressure. Now, carbon dioxide in the seawater creates a substance called carbonic acid. Now, coral consists of 2 parts, a shell and a soft-bodied polyp. Now, the polyp isn't very good at tolerating changes in sea temperature, and it's put under stress and will bleach or die. The other aspect of carbon dioxide in seawater is down to the dissolving of carbon dioxide in seawater causing carbonic acid, and if I pour vinegar onto a similar substance to that made of seashells or coral sea hard exoskeletons, you can see how the carbonic acid dissolves away the coral skeleton, and this is happening here at a much faster rate, but it's happening in the sea and is causing the Great Barrier Reef to die and disappear. So to recap my 3 or 4 experiments today on climate change and sea level rise, I just wanted to show you the final setup. I used bicarbonate of soda and vinegar to show how coral skeletons dissolve. I wanted to also say that not only is the the Greenland ice sheet melting and causing sea level rise, but an even bigger ice sheet sitting on rock in the southern hemisphere is called the Antarctic. And when the Antarctic ice sheet, which is about 3 or 4 kilometers thick, starts to melt, it really will cause fantastic amount of global sea level rise. Antarctic means no bears. Arctic means bears. If you are an arctophile, you love collecting toy bears. Arcturus is the constellation of the bear. I hope today has been informative. I've enjoyed doing it for you. See you soon.